Hey, YouTubers. I'm in my bedroom at my parents' house right now in Massachusetts. We say Massachusetts be so damn cold here, damn hot here, damn. Anyway, so I never ramble right now. Nice big ass ramble like the big ass cigar. So, anyway, this ramble right now is about something that's a pet peeve of mine. Now you might say, what the hell is a pet peeve? Something that kind of pisses me off. It doesn't really piss me off, but it in a way irritates me. So this is actually on YouTube. Nice big ass YouTube like the big ass cigar, being silly ass like the big ass cigar. Now, FYI for your information, I'm not calling anybody out. I'm not saying anyone specific. I'm not naming names. I'm not doxing people. I'm not saying anybody in particular. I'm just saying in general. This is speaking generally. I'm not talking about anyone in particular. Basically, this has been a pet peeve of mine for a while. It's actually always been a pet peeve of mine, even back in like 2010, 2011. It's just kind of something that pisses me off a little bit. So anyway, basically this is about when I make a video, nice big ass video like a big ass cigar. Like for example, I make a video on, educational video on stomach cancer or educational video on COPD, and somebody might say on the video, do you have stomach cancer yourself? I'm like, what the hell? It's like, what the hell? I don't have stomach cancer. Or for example, I might make a video on lymphoma or leukemia, and they might say, do you have leukemia? I mean, do you have leukemia yourself? Yeah, you get what I'm saying. It's kind of like people automatically they assume ass like the big ass cigar just because you're making a video on, for example, cancer or heart disease or high blood pressure or, for example, high cholesterol, or you're making a video on diabetes. They automatically assume, well, you must be a patient yourself, you must be a survivor of this cancer yourself, or a survivor of this disease yourself. For example, you make a video on the common cold, they might say, well, you probably just got over your common cold yourself. You get what I'm saying? Kind of weird ass like the big ass cigar. So it's kind of a pet peeve of mine, not so much for like high blood pressure, because I do have high blood pressure myself. I do have high blood pressure in real life, but for example, I had somebody say, for example, like, do you have lymphoma yourself? And I said, no, I've never had cancer in my life, even though the idiot trolls claim I do. So the idiot trolls claim I did have cancer, a long time ago. Yeah, so that's kind of a pet peeve of mine, something that pisses me off. Now, to be fair ass like the big ass cigar, there are plenty of people on YouTube who document their lives. For example, and I've documented my lives to play devil's advocate. There's a lot of people on YouTube who are cancer patients, who are cancer survivors, who are survivors of certain diseases, and they document their lives, and that's a huge genre, a freaking genre of YouTube, is people who document their lives. Essentially, for example, a lot of people who are survivors or patients of cirrhosis of the liver, patients who are cancer patients, pancreatic cancer, stomach cancer, lung cancer patients, document their lives on YouTube. It's a huge, freaking genre of YouTube, huge freaking genre of YouTube that a lot of people document their lives. So a lot of people may assume, especially younger people on YouTube may assume, well, you're talking about lung cancer, you're talking about lymphoma, you're talking about leukemia, and therefore you are a survivor yourself. You had this disease at some point in your life, or you currently have this disease. But you really shouldn't assume that, because all these diseases are really terrible. I mean, cancer in general is a terrible disease. So it's kind of unfair to assume that somebody automatically has a disease just because they're talking about it. That's why in my series I used to do on cancer, I put a disclaimer in the description basically saying, I'm not a patient, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a survivor myself, just so people know, FYI for their information, I'm not a patient or survivor myself. Now the trolls, the idiot trolls, the dick trolls might say, well, you're judging somebody, you're giving information on a topic you have no experience with, which is not cool. And I can kind of understand that. It's like, the trolls, the idiot trolls might say, well, you're giving people information on a topic you have no experience with. That's really not cool, because you have no experience with cancer yourself. You have no first-hand experience with cancer. You have no first-hand experience with heart disease, and therefore you're giving people information on a topic you have no first-hand experience with, which is really not cool, dude. It's really not freaking cool, dude. So, I don't know. I mean, If you want to watch my videos, that's fine, but don't automatically assume just because I do a video on, for example, a health-related topic related to tobacco, that I'm automatically quitting tobacco. Just because, like, for example, my gluten-free vlogs, I say it's the same thing as an alcoholic, a cigarette smoker, a drug addict. It's always in the best interest to stop using the product. Don't automatically assume, well, he must be stopping the big-ass cigars, the big-ass pipes. Don't, like, automatically assume that. So, anyway, have a nice day. Pretty damn cool. Bye-bye.